There is a sentence in Scripture that has been spoken so many times, printed on so many cards, written on so many walls, that its weight can sometimes be lost. But tonight, it is not a decoration, it is a voice. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a future and a hope. Listen to the first word, I know, not I might, not I will figure it out later, not I'll adjust if things go wrong. I know. God does not guess your future. He does not improvise your life. He does not wake up surprised by your choices, your wounds, your delays, your detours. He knows. And he says the plans are his, not yours, not the world's, not your fears, not your past's, his. This promise was spoken to people in exile, people who had lost their homeland, people who felt forgotten, people who were living in a place they never planned to be. They were not in the season they wanted. They were not where they imagined. They were not who they used to be. And still, God said, I know the plans I have for you. Not after you fix everything, not after you become stronger, not after you prove yourself now. You may be carrying questions tonight, questions about timing, questions about direction, questions about whether you missed something important, questions about whether God is disappointed with you. Hear this gently. God does not speak this promise as a consolation prize. He speaks it as truth. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. This does not mean life will never hurt. It does not mean you will never grieve. It does not mean you will never struggle. It means harm is not his intention. It means destruction is not his desire. It means abandonment is not his design. Even when pain enters your story, it is never the author. God is. Plans to give you a future, not just a past to survive, not just a present to endure, a future, something ahead of you, something still unfolding, something not yet seen, and not just any future, a future with hope. Hope is not pretending everything is fine. Hope is not ignoring reality. Hope is believing that God is still writing even when the page feels empty. Hope is trusting that your story did not end at your worst chapter. If you feel behind, if you feel lost, if you feel unsure of who you are becoming, this promise is not mocking you. It is holding you. God does not say, I know the plans you have for yourself. He says, I know the plans I have for you. That means your life is not a mistake. Your existence is not random. Your being here is not accidental. You were not born too late. You were not born too early. You were not misplaced. You were placed. God does not need you to understand the whole map. He only asks you to trust his hand. And maybe tonight trust feels fragile. Maybe it feels thin. That's okay. Even fragile trust is still trust. Jesus did not come to offer abstract hope. He came to be hope. He entered human uncertainty, human fear, human pain, and he carried it to the cross, not to erase your story, but to redeem it. Your future is not built on your strength. It is built on his finished work. Your hope is not in your consistency, it is in his faithfulness. When God says he knows the plans, he is not threatening control, he is offering safety. Safety does not mean ease, it means you are not alone. Safety means he sees what you cannot. Safety means he holds what you drop. Safety means he stays, even when you don't understand him. Even when you feel distant, even when you are tired of waiting, he stays. You do not need to rush your becoming. You do not need to compare your path. You do not need to justify your pace. God is not late, and he is not confused. Right now, he is not asking you to see the whole future. He is only inviting you to rest in this truth. He knows your name. He knows your wounds. He knows your fears. He knows your prayers that you never said out loud. And still, his plans are for your good, not because you earned them, but because he loves you. Stay here for a moment. Do not rush away from this. Let it sink beneath your thoughts, beneath your defenses, beneath your doubts. God is not guessing your future. He is walking you into it. And you are not forgotten, not even for a second.